Alrighty, y'all. We are back with another weekly Forex forecast. This week, we're going to be going over a few new pairs. We have EURUSD, CADJPY, CHFJPY, and EURNZD that we'll be looking at. And then we're going to be looking at the DXY as well. And then we're going to go over a recap first of NZD, CHF from last week, as well as GBP USD, US oil, gold, and NZD USD from last week as well. So we're going to go through that recap to start off, and then we'll go through some of the new opportunities that me and the students are going to be looking at for this upcoming trading week. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in. All right, so starting off the DXY, we'll go through that update first, and then we will go to NZD, CHF, and the rest of the pairs. Last week for the DXY, we were looking at price action to make it fall. We were just wondering, is it going to go back up for another high to sweep, take that liquidity, and then drop? I updated this chart a little bit, so if you want reference, just go to our previous video that was posted on our YouTube channel, and you guys will see all of that. And some of these other charts have been updated as well. Again, you can always refer back to the previous YouTube video to see where we started, what we were looking at, and then how the overall outcome turned out for the trading week overall. So we were looking for a sweep and then a fall potentially, or we were looking at maybe just a decline depending on what price action wanted to do. We did see a 5C strategy, which this is an Elliott Wave strategy that I teach my students. For those of y'all that don't know, I trade Elliott Wave and smart money concepts. So that's how I trade and my trading style. I've been trading for about going on 11 years now. So decline on the DXY overall is what we were looking at for last week. NZD CHF, this was one last week. This was literally a rodeo from last week, y'all. I cannot tell y'all how many trades we went insane last week. Let me just say that, insane. I gave out almost 15 to 17 trades last week throughout the mentor students and the public community. For those of y'all, if you're not in the public Telegram, guys, make sure y'all are in the public Telegram. Literally, the link is down below in the description. This is the public Telegram. This is where I was posting most of those trades, just giving updates. Y'all, we went crazy last week, okay? All of the trades went in the intended direction. I gave this trade out last week to you guys on the YouTube live. And so we were looking at price action to make a retracement and then a continuation towards the upside. So literally it made the retracement, pushed up, closed us back at entry. We looked at another position somewhere. I think this was a gap down. It was just a whole bunch going on with this trade last week, but it was another position here. Some people were able to catch it. Some of us ended up getting closed back out at entry or a little bit in profit. This was a little bit of a rodeo, but I gave y'all multiple opportunities starting from the beginning of the week in the stream. And then I gave y'all another opportunity here as well. And I think we ended up buying it somewhere in this range. Then it came back and then pushed back up. So that was NZD CHF for last week. GBP USD, I gave y'all 2 trades on this one last week. So starting off towards the beginning of the week, we were looking at price action to tap somewhere into this range and then make a decline. Now, I did give an update in the chat room that we weren't no longer looking for a full-time sell on this after price action got to this level and we started to see some things on price overall. And so then I actually pushed out this trade in the public community, and we literally missed this one by 1 pip, but beautiful, beautiful outcome on this one. US oil. So hopefully some of y'all did catch oil last week. This is a trade that we went over. We were looking at oil for it to either sweep this low, push towards the upside, or drop down, tap into this box and push towards the upside. So overall, we did get the push towards the upside on oil. So beautiful outcome there. Gold. So last week on gold, we were actually wanted to see price action retrace around here and then continue towards the upside to tap into this range. We actually ended up just gapping straight open from the market open. So majority of you guys missed that, but overall we were bullish on gold. So that outcome turned out pretty nice. And NZD USD. So last recap from last week, this one here, we were looking at price action out. This is one of the ones I mainly highlighted. I told y'all, man, don't miss this one. But we were looking at price action to drop down into this range and then shoot towards the upside, but it actually just held off in here and then went up. So it is what it is, but beautiful, beautiful overall structural direction on this one. And that's going to be y'all's updates for last week. Now let's dive into what I am looking at this week with the students and the team. And again, the link to the Telegram chat room is down below in the description. So make sure y'all join. It's completely free. That's where I put most of the updates for all of the trades. So as it's going through the week, If there's anything you need to be updated on, whether or not I'm no longer taking a trade, whatever it is, that update is most likely going to be in that community chat room. So make sure y'all are in there so y'all do not miss that. All right. So with that being said, DXY, and you go ahead and finish updating this for y'all real quick and break this down together. So right now, last week, we got a break of this low. So this is significant because of the fact that we already got a change of character here. So mostly while we were looking at just a retracement and then continuation towards the downside. Now we have that structural break of structure, which lets us know that momentum is now entering the market. So this week is going to be pretty easy when it comes to the DXY. We're just going to be looking for a small correction and then a continuation towards the downside. So that's what I want y'all to look for on the DXY, is a small correction and a continuation towards the downside. There are a few levels that you guys can look at in reference to for potential opportunities. We do have a 4-hour fair value gap right here. So that's going to be something you guys want to watch. I would probably key in more on the 50% range of that 4-hour fair value gap. And that's going to be around here. Other than that, man, only thing else I'm really seeing, we do have a small order block right here. Other than that, that's really it, because I don't expect it to come up here, because this is going to be a short-term change of character. And right now we have a lot of momentum in the market. So you really don't expect things like that to happen. So you really want momentum to hold, especially what we're seeing on that structure. So up here is in validation point, so it should not come all the way up there. So honestly, I'm seeing anywhere of a retracement between here and here is going to be ideal for the DXY for a continuation back towards the downside. Okay. So that is going to be your DXY outcome. This week on EURUSD, this is going to be the ideal area that I want to see price action retrace to if I'm going to get an entry. I do expect this to continue towards the upside, but if I'm going to enter this, it has to come into this range, because that's what's going to give me a premium entry, and then I'll be able to ride it towards the upside. So that's what I'm going to be looking for overall on EURUSD for this upcoming trading week. Okay. So again, retracement into this range, and this is also a 4-hour fair value gap around that 1.17400 range. Okay. So starting off the week, this one I really, really like, and this is going to be CADJPY. So I'm going to be looking at a small retracement and then a continuation down. But first, before I take this trade, it must take this low. So I will not be looking to take this trade if it retraces before taking the low. It must take the low first and then retrace up and then drop. That's the only way I'm going to take the trade. All right. So please be mindful of that. So if we break this low, and I already have an alert set at the low, you'll see right here, it's at 113.291. That's where I have an alert. So if we get that drop first, then I'll be keying in on this 4-hour fair value gap of this imbalance, and then a tag into this range for a continuation down into our daily fair value gap area around 112.083. So that's what I'm going to be looking at on CADJPY this week. Alrighty. So this one is a little bit more of a better situation than CADJPY. Now I'm seeing a big fall on all of the JPY pairs. These are all of the charts that I look at during the week, but I'm saving all of the rest of that for most likely the students or just any live streams that I drop throughout the week, which I drop those links in the community chat room. Again, that link is down below. It's completely free, but that's where we go over all of the extra trades. So again, last week, those extra, how I was telling y'all 15 to 17 trades, all those extra trades, those were dropped throughout live streams and just random in the actual community chat in the mentoring chat room group. So that's that. So CHFJPY, we did get a change of character on this one. And this is actually going to be a lower time frame trade for us. So on the 30-minute time frame, we did get a change of character. What we're looking for now is a retracement and a continuation towards the downside. We also have a head and shoulder structure starting to form, if you guys can see that. So we're going to be looking to capitalize on that right shoulder for an entry and a continuation down. So this is going to be probably one of the first trades I'm going to be able to get in on for this week. And I'm seeing a big fall in the JPY. So in reference, if this goes up first and drops, this is a 30-minute time frame. Let's say on CADJPY, if we get a small retracement and then continuation down to take this low, I'm still expecting a retracement. As long as it doesn't clear this 4-hour fair value gap and mitigate it, I would still expect a retracement on this, but I'll keep y'all updated in the chat room. But on CHFJPY, for this one, if we go up towards the beginning of the week, and I expect this trade to probably trigger within the next 48 hours, we're most likely going to get an opportunity down. And then once we break this low, we're going to get a break of structure, and then we're going to be looking for potentially another opportunity for another movement down. So we might be able to capitalize on 2 different trades on this one this week. But again, I'll keep y'all updated in the chat room as the week goes. But this is going to be CHFJPY. And the last thing that we're going to be looking at for this upcoming trading week is going to be EURUSD. So this one, I don't know if this one's going to come necessarily this week, just because there's a deep retracement that must be done in order for me to take this trade. But if it does retrace into this range, this is going to be something that I am looking to take for this upcoming trading week. So this is going to be EURNZD. We have a shift of structure here, and I'm going to be looking for a retracement near that daily fair value gap. I don't want it to take these highs because that's going to be more, I would say, inner structure of a change of character, and I really don't want to see that. So I'm looking for something in this range, and honestly, even to clear these equal highs would be decent as well. So something above this level, even if it is to pop right here, that'll be decent. But this is going to be a little bit more premium for me in this range, but it can drop anywhere above, I would say, this equal high right here. So make sure you guys watch out for this level as well. So if price action does come to this range, just put an alert on it. If you do use TradingView platform, just right click, and then you can click add alert right here and just put an alert on it, right? And then click an alert. So once price action crosses above that level, it'll send you a notification. That way you can come and reassess price action and see what's going on, if you want to take that trade or not. All right. So that's going to be the updates that I have for y'all for this upcoming week, and the new upcoming trades that I'm going to be looking to take for this week. As always, appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe so y'all don't miss out on any future updates that I drop for y'all. Y'all have a great trading week, and I will catch y'all in the chat room. Peace.